Today, we'll delve into key vocabulary related to nature, the environment, and energy that can elevate your writing and help you achieve a higher score. After discussing this vocabulary, we'll provide a sample essay that incorporates these terms in context, allowing us to see how to effectively use them in our own writing. Let's get started. To preserve. To protect and keep something, usually because it is valuable for some reason. Example: the museum works hard to preserve ancient artifacts, ensuring that future generations can appreciate their historical significance. To preserve. Rituals. Highly traditional ceremonies which have meaning for the participants. Example: the community gathers every year to participate in rituals that celebrate their cultural heritage and strengthen their bonds. Rituals. Parades. Organize processions in public by groups of people, usually to commemorate an event. Example: the city hosts colorful parades every summer, where people come together to celebrate local traditions and showcase their creativity. Parades. To transmit. To communicate a message, literal or symbolic. Example: the teacher's role is not only to transmit knowledge, but also to inspire students to think critically about the world around them. To transmit. Social memes. Social habits or patterns which are transmitted between people. Example: social memes often reflect the values and beliefs of a community, evolving as they are shared and adapted by different groups. Social memes. Public duty. The willingness to serve the public or the state. Example: many citizens feel a strong sense of public duty, volunteering their time and resources to help those in need within their community. Public duty. Self-sacrifice. The willingness to suffer or die for a cause. Example: the soldier's self-sacrifice during the battle saved the lives of his comrades, demonstrating his unwavering commitment to his country. Self-sacrifice. Cultural traditions. Traditions carrying cultural importance. Example: cultural traditions play a vital role in shaping a community's identity, as they are passed down through generations and celebrated during special occasions. Cultural traditions. Mythology. A classic story from the past which people know is not true, but which carries meaning. Example: in many cultures, mythology serves as a way to explain natural phenomena, with myths that convey moral lessons and reflect the values of society. Mythology. To evoke. To bring back memories or feelings. Example: the old photograph was able to evoke a flood of memories, transporting her back to her childhood and the joyful moments spent with family. To evoke. Medieval. Adjective for the Middle Ages, roughly 1050 to 1400 in European history. Example: the medieval period is often characterized by feudalism, the rise of chivalry, and the construction of grand cathedrals across Europe. Medieval. Ceremonies. A ceremony is similar to a ritual, usually involving people in authority. Example: the graduation ceremonies were filled with speeches from dignitaries, celebrating the achievements of the students and marking a significant milestone in their lives. Ceremonies. Cultural norms. Standards expected of behavior or ideas. Example: cultural norms dictate how individuals interact with one another, influencing everything from greetings to social etiquette in various societies. Cultural norms. The fabric of society. The way that society is connected and maintained. Example: education and family values are essential components of the fabric of society, helping to create a cohesive and functioning community. The fabric of society. To conserve. A synonym for to preserve. Example. Efforts to conserve natural resources are crucial for ensuring a sustainable future for the planet and its inhabitants. To conserve. To hand something down. To pass it from parents to children and to their children. Example. Family recipes are often handed down from one generation to the next, preserving culinary traditions and creating a sense of belonging. To hand something down. Heritage. Something inherited by one generation from the previous generation. Example. The ancient ruins of the castle are a significant part of our cultural heritage, reminding us of the history and traditions passed down through generations. Heritage. Legends. Similar to myths, but sometimes containing an element of reality. Example. The Legend of King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table is a captivating tale that blends elements of history with fantastical adventures. Legends. Folklore. Old stories and myths, legends, usually transmitted verbally. Example. Folklore often includes old stories and legends that are passed down verbally from one generation to the next, preserving the cultural heritage of a community. Folklore. Inheritance. A synonym for heritage. Example. The family estate was a valuable inheritance that had been passed down for centuries, symbolizing the family's long-standing legacy. Inheritance. Fine art. Art by famous or acclaimed painters. Example. The museum features an impressive collection of fine art, including works by renowned painters like Van Gogh and Monet. Fine art. Handicrafts. Skills of making objects by hand and also the objects themselves. Example. The local market is filled with beautiful handicrafts, showcasing the skills of artisans who create handmade pottery, textiles, and jewelry. Handicrafts. Opera. A very formal play with a musical score. Example. The opera La Traviata is a classic example of a formal play that combines dramatic storytelling with a beautiful musical score. Opera. Shanties and dirges. Very traditional songs about basic subjects. Example. The sailors sang shanties to keep their spirits high while working, while dirges were sung at funerals to mourn the loss of loved ones. Shanties and dirges. Linguistic. The adjective meaning about language. Example. The linguistic diversity of the region is evident in the many languages spoken by its inhabitants, each with its own unique characteristics. Linguistic. Media. A way of communicating. Example. Social media has become a powerful form of media, allowing people to communicate and share information instantly across the globe. Media. Now we will present a sample academic essay that effectively incorporates these essential terms. Essay topic: Culture, Art, and Traditions. The challenge of preservation in a globalized world. In an increasingly globalized society, the preservation of culture, art, and traditions faces significant challenges. As cultures intermingle and evolve, there is a growing concern that unique cultural identities may be diluted or lost altogether. This essay explores the importance of preserving cultural heritage and the difficulties associated with maintaining traditions in the face of modernization. Cultural traditions, including rituals, ceremonies, and folklore, are essential for transmitting values and beliefs from one generation to the next. They serve to evoke a sense of belonging and identity within communities. However, as globalization spreads, many local customs are at risk of being overshadowed by dominant cultures. For instance, Traditional parades and celebrations may be replaced by commercialized events that prioritize entertainment over cultural significance. This shift can lead to a loss of authenticity and a disconnection from the rich history that these traditions represent. Moreover, the rise of digital media has transformed the way cultural expressions are shared and consumed. While social media platforms can help disseminate cultural norms and practices, they can also contribute to the commodification of culture. Cultural artifacts, such as handicrafts and fine art, may be produced en masse for commercial gain, stripping them of their original meaning and context. This phenomenon raises questions about the value of cultural inheritance and the role of artists in preserving their heritage. Additionally, the challenge of linguistic diversity cannot be overlooked. Many languages are at risk of extinction, taking with them unique worldviews and cultural narratives. The loss of a language often signifies the loss of associated folklore, mythology, and traditions, further eroding the cultural fabric of society. In conclusion, while globalization offers opportunities for cultural exchange, it also poses significant challenges to the preservation of culture, art, and traditions. It is crucial for communities to actively engage in conserving their heritage, ensuring that rituals, legends, and artistic expressions are handed down from one generation to the next. By valuing and protecting cultural diversity, societies can maintain their unique identities in an ever-changing world.